Yo, what's up, you guys? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Catching with Kyle. Today we're going to be showing you how to cast a baitcaster without getting a backlash. So as you can see, I've made all these videos on the same day because I have the same clothes on all the time and I'm in my boat. This video is fairly simple. It saves you from running out of line and wasting time picking out backlashes from fishing. So let's get started. I'm going to show you all the things on the reel. So right here is an Abu Garcia Revo X. Right there, Revo X. On Abu Garcia, your braking system's here. Some rods, to mess with your braking system, you have to push this button down here, push it up, and pull it off. But I'm not going to pull that off because I don't need to. That's how you mess with your braking systems on some. So this right here, this dial is a braking system. It's usually on the left side unless you have with a right-handed reel, it's on the left side. And you can just click it around. Sometimes it has numbers, other times it doesn't. Then on this side, you have your handle, knob at your reel. This one's loose, and I don't know why. I need to send it into Abu so they can fix it. But right behind that is your star drag. This is just your normal drag, and it's how you set the drag. This way is down, it loosens your drag. And this way is up, which tightens your drag. And right here is probably the most important knob. It's the control knob, or some people call it the tension knob. I call it tension knob. But it's basically for when you want to change it because of the wind. This affects how much line the reel lets out whenever you cast. I'm going to put a diagram up right now so you can sort that out again. And I'm going to show you how to basically fine-tune a baitcaster. I know fine-tune sounds complex. It's really not. Okay, it's really hard to get a good angle here, but you're going to have your bait up to there, about an inch, probably like 4 inches from your rod tip, and you're gonna want the bait above your head. So get that right above your head, and then just let it click your thing to release your line on your baitcaster and just let go, and it's gonna fall to the ground. Now you don't want it to fall slow like this. So if it's falling slow like this, that means your tension knob is too tight. So to make it looser, all you're gonna do is turn it towards you. Well, for Abu Garcia, it's turn it towards you to loosen it until you think it's good. The braking system, basically, you just want that whatever you think. If it's high winds, you're gonna want it at max. If it's somewhat windy, you put it probably like right there. And if it's not very windy at all, I usually have mine at about that. So it's pointing, the arrow goes that way. You just can't see. So it's pointing that way. And max is right here, and low as you can go is right here. So that's where I put mine usually. But if you're skipping, you want that pretty tight. Like if you're skipping a chatterbait or something under docks, you're gonna want it pretty tight. But if it's just a normal day, not very windy, and you're gonna want it like that. If it's a pretty windy day, if it's super windy, I'll turn that pretty high because it helps not backlash when you cast into the wind. But if it's not too windy, half is good. If it's a normal day, less than half. So your tension is what's the main thing that affects this. Affects your backlashes and how much line you let out. So if you have it all the way down, it's gonna let out a bunch of line. And when you push that button, watch how fast this drops. You can see it drops super fast to the ground. Let me get you guys a better angle of this. So, if you have your tension knob all the way, pretty much all the way down, so when I drop this bait, it goes super fast. So when I drop it from above my head, it drops super fast, and what do I get? A backlash. So reel that back up. Let me show you guys one more time. Above my head, I drop it, and I don't put my finger down here. I'm gonna get a backlash. It's pretty bad. It's not bad, but it's not what you want. So when the tension knob's very low, and you drop it from above your head, and let it go down, you get a backlash. It's not terrible, but you get a backlash. You don't want that. So pull that out and reel your line back up. So if it's dropping too fast, turn your tension knob up. It depends how fast. But when this hits the ground, when your bait hits the ground when you drop it from your head, you basically just want it to barely hit hard. You don't want a backlash either. So you want it to be able to hit, and that time it hit too hard, and I got another backlash. So I'm gonna pull the backlash out, and turn my tension up, tighten my tension. But when you drop it, you're gonna want it from your head down. You're gonna want it to be able to hit without getting a backlash, and right there, it worked. That's fine-tuned. Your baitcaster is fine-tuned, it's good. Let me show you from over my shoulder what it looks like. Okay, so now that you guys have this view over my shoulder, my braking system is somewhat high, and my tension is pretty much in the middle. That's pretty much where your tension is always going to be. On a windy day, you're going to want this up really high so the wind can't take your line places. And then you'll adjust your braking system as you adjust that. So when I drop it from my head, if it goes down that slow, that is not what you want. So you need to loosen your tension. If it goes down too slow, you need to loosen your tension. If it goes down too fast, you're going to need to tighten your tension. So that's up to tighten and down to loosen. So I have it above my head. I drop it too fast, big backlash. So pull that out, reel it back up. So it went down way too fast, so we need to tighten the tension. So now when I drop it, that's too slow. Although it did not backlash, it's too slow. On a windy day, when you drop it on the ground and you have your tension tight, it's gonna drop slow, but it's only for windy days that you want that to drop slow. So if I loosen it one click and drop it, too fast, backlash. So let me do it one more time. Change the braking system. Sometimes your tension isn't gonna be perfect, but it needs to be around perfect. See, right there was too fast. So we need to tighten it one click, I'd say, and drop it. That right there was a perfect drop. So your baitcaster, at this point, your baitcaster's fine-tuned, which is what you want when you drop it and it doesn't backlash. Okay, so you have this backlash. They're usually like way worse, let's be honest. But I've seen these videos where you push your finger on here as hard as you can and you crank it as hard as you can, so only your reel moves and this does not move at all. Your spool doesn't move. Do not do this. It ruins your reel. It'll jack it up so bad. When you get a backlash, just click this and just pull. And it should come out. Now, it's not easy sometimes, but it comes out. And sometimes you might have to pick at it, but it's better than doing that where you push down as hard as you can and crank it. It just ruins your reel. Do not do that. Okay, so that's going to be it on how to basically fine-tune your baitcaster and how to cast without getting a backlash. So when you have it fine-tuned, you're not going to get a backlash when it hits the water, but you still probably want to hit your line just in case, because sometimes it will retract and get a backlash. And make sure when you have a backlash, do not push on there and crank your reel, because that just ruins it. Or even if the spool moves a little bit, You don't want to do that because it'll just crush the stuff inside. Don't do it. It ruins your reel, trust me. But yeah, you just want to push the button and just pull it out instead of cranking it and trying to I don't even know what that does, but it doesn't work and it'll ruin your reel. That's going to be it for the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. And the next episode is probably going to be squirrel hunting. But for this one, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and share it. Do that for all my videos that I just posted this week. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of Catching with Kyle.